Hey, Millionaire Car Salesman, this is L.A. Williams, and man, we have a phenomenal podcast for you today. As a matter of fact, it's an interview, a live interview that Sean conducted with Mr. Greg Jones, and man, wait till y'all hear some of the golden nuggets that he's going to be dropping today. Y'all going to get a phenomenal amount of value out of this podcast. Check it out.
Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, and I am here with a super special guest. So, can you introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm Greg Jones.
Okay, so Greg, what organization are we at right now?
We're Sapaugh Motors in Herculaneum, Missouri.
Okay, how far are you from, major city, St. Louis or something?
40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay. How long have you been working at this dealership for?
25 years.
25 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was talking to the general manager, and I asked who's the top person in the dealership, and without him even blinking, he said, you gotta talk to Greg. So, Greg, tell me a little bit about your professional career, how.
Okay, I started in the car business when I was 19 years old at Delwood Van and RV, and that was in St. Louis, close to the city. Went to Johnny Lando Chevrolet, worked there for several years. Used car manager at Bull Boykman Ford for 15 years, and came here after that and been here ever since.
Okay, and how many cars do you average a month?
38 to 40 every month. 38
to 40 cars a month. All right, so before we get into money or what have you, the average salesperson only delivers 9.6 cars.
That's right.
Which is about 20-25% of what you are selling. Let's start there. How are you selling so many cars?
Well, I'm going to start just the way I'm going to tell you just the way I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may not like it, and some people will. I am a guy that takes care of people from the minute I meet them till the end of the deal. I never give up on them. If they need a car to drive, if they got a car in service, they know where to go. If they have a problem with service, the general manager, Joe Clemens, gave me the reins to do that. And another thing is, too, guys, whenever you work for people, you want your name out there as knowing that somebody they can trust and somebody that cares. And, these people are like my friends. They come in here every day. They don't only buy cars. They come to sit and talk to me. So it ain't like that I got to, go out and beat the bushes and get these people in. If you take care of them, they're going to come back and buy a car from you.
So there's a lot of people. The reason why we're doing this is that we're recording this because you guys are on Bradley On Demand. And so we want the new hires here at your organization, these young kids that are coming in, or these new people getting into automotive industry, we want them to see what the potential is. And so I want you to be specific, because obviously you are so good, taking care means something to you. I want you to define what it means literally to take care of somebody.
Well, when you take care of somebody, that's like a family. Whenever somebody trusts you and helps you with something, that's more like a family bond than it is a friendship bond or anything like that. The more that you help somebody, the more they're going to refer people, the more they're going to tell people. I get people every day call me, I don't even know, and say, hey, this guy called me and said, hey, you took care of them. You've got to take care of these people from the beginning of the sale to the end, regardless how you feel or your manager feels. There's going to be times where you're going to fight with the manager. You're going to say, hey, you ain't going to do it. You're going to have to say, I want to take care of these guys. You have got to help people get through to the next step.
So when you say take care, you mean, obviously, let's start from the beginning. Treat them right. Treat them with respect. Treat them right. If they need something, go out of your way. You mentioned service. Service is really important because they only buy a car every 3, 5, 7, 10 years or whatever it is, but they're going to service that vehicle a lot more than they buy cars. So do you have them come to you for service, like if they have an issue and then you handle it?
They do. They come to me. And I got another one. I had a kid. This is just a story.
Tell me a story.
I had a kid the other day, and he was a young kid, and he didn't get the second set of keys for his car, and he lived down the street. And I carry a lock to get in the cars, a locker with me. And he called me and said, Greg, listen, I get a key. And he said, I can't go to work. I said, where are you at? He said, I'm over in Crystal City. I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. He goes, you kidding me? I said, no. I actually went over there and unlocked this kid's car. He hugged me. He don't even touch people. He's got like a disorder. He hugged me and started crying and said, "Listen, dude, I've never had anybody do that for me." And that's just the way you got to take care of people. I mean,
So you actually went and
I left this dealership.
Wow.
With people on the floor. I left this dealership and unlocked that kid's car for him.
No, but you know what? Most people don't go the extra mile.
No.
That's awesome.
No.
Okay. And now, do you turn around and are you like their advocate? Like if they have a problem with service, because I have a friend that's also in the group. His name's Frank. He sells 100 cars a month, and that's the same thing he said. And it's funny. So everybody watching this, you've got to take care of your people. And what he said is interesting that you said the same thing, is that you want to know what's going on, because if something goes wrong, you want to be able to make it
That's
right.
right.
And so do you turn around and find yourself like sometimes, whether it's arguing or battling with service?
Oh,
or
yes,
people?
absolutely. But I got pretty good
rapport,
service managers and stuff for my friends, too. I got people here that I specifically go to, my service writers. I take care of, and they know if there's a problem before them people get out of here, I better know about it. That's it. They better know about it. And if I do, I go to Joe, and me and Joe get it straightened out. Hey, there's times, I'll give you another scenario. I had a guy that did a lot of work for me that bought a van with 136,000 miles on it. He was an old guy. The motor blew up on it. There was no warranty on the vehicle. He called me. I went to Joe. Joe sent the wrecker to Springfield, Illinois to pick this man's car up. He did the motor with the guy paid for the motor. We did the labor for free with no warranty on this man's car. I mean, that's, and I know some people can't do that. Right. And I know it's not the best thing for you to have to say, but you have got that extra step right there. His son, his kids, he's gone now. They still come in and see me Christmas time and stuff like that, because they'll never forget that.
Let's talk about that. How often do you keep in touch with your people? Let's go through the process. So if I bought a car from you today, how often are you going to turn around and reach out to me and talk to me?
We do have a dealer development center, but we get our calls back. We call them the next day to make sure everything's okay. I make sure that these guys, I call within the week. Mm-hmm. I get too many people to call every day, so I'll call within the week. And I tell them right off the bat, if you got a problem before that, just call me, let me know what's going on, and I'll get it straightened out. But I call every week, and I just continue to call them as we go on. I don't have to call all these guys, because some of them come in every other day and talk to me. They just do. They'll come in here and sit and they'll bullshit with me.
That's okay to say that. Yeah, we're car people.
Yeah, they bullshit with me. We sit down. They'll drink coffee. I got an old guy. His name's Leo. He's probably 100 years old now. He comes in and sits in my office. He calls me Bud. They go, "Who's Bud?" He goes, "Greg." So, these people are here all the time. I mean, that's how you get a
So
base.
would you say, if I'm hearing from you, like your strategy is just developing really good relationships?
That's right. I think if you get a good relationship with somebody, you'll know down the road that these people will come back. I promise you, they'll come back and see you.
I'm going to switch gears on this a little bit, because that's so important. Like we were talking about this today. You weren't in there. You're probably making money while I was traded.
Yeah.
So, but CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management.
That's right.
And I really feel, because I've been selling cars for over 19, almost 20 years now. And I believe that some of this internet or text messaging, social media kind of dumbs down the relationship aspect of things, sometimes you need to pick up the phone and talk to somebody, not email them. Sometimes you need to see them, spend time with them.
The one thing about social media, people hide behind that.
Right.
They can hide. So there's people that don't really want to talk to you. They can go on there and do that. But once you get them in here and you treat them right, then you don't have to worry about it.
All right, I love it. Now, let's get into the thing that I think is just amazing, because I speak to people that sell 60 cars, what have you, but selling like 35, 40 units, you're generating $350,000 a year.
That's right.
That is a lot of money.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
is.
So we're talking about more money than brain surgeons, astronauts, and all sorts of stuff. Okay. Did you think when you first started selling cars, you'd be able to earn that type of money selling cars?
Oh, absolutely not. There's no way.
Yeah.
I would have bet my life against it, to be honest with you.
So, and that's the thing that most people, do you realize, and this breaks my heart, that most people in this industry only average $50,000 a year. That's what the average salesperson makes, $54,000 a year. You're making $300,000 a year more than the average salesperson. So what do you say to people that are watching this, or new hires at your dealership, and they think they can't earn money?
Well, I can just tell you this: that there's no secret. You can earn as much money as you want.
Oh, repeat that, sir.
There's no there's no doubt that you can make as much money as you want in the car business. It's just the way it is. You're unlimited. You make as much as you need to make. That's up to you. You got an unlimited amount of money you can make. I'm telling you right now, there's people that are here that make $100,000 a year that don't even work. Salesmen. So I'm just telling you, if you apply yourself, there's no limit on the ceiling how much money you can make in the car business. There's just not.
You told me a number of how much money you've made for yourself in personal income just at this dealership alone.
Yeah, it's right about $6 million.
Okay, now do me a favor, because you spoke fast, and we're on live, so they can't rewind this right now. They can rewind it later, but slowly and a little louder say, what did you...
$6 million.
Okay, so I'm looking at a legitimate millionaire car salesman. You are a car salesman on the showroom floor, and so your title, which I love, so I'm looking at your card right here, and again, it's very humble. It's a sales consultant. It doesn't mean say automotive professional. It's a sales consultant.
That's right. That's what I am.
Okay, no doubt. And you earned in personal income $6 million at this dealership.
Just at this dealership.
Okay, what would you say in your lifetime career?
Oh, I'd say it's got to be 10.
$10 million.
Yeah.
But yet people work an entire lifetime and barely make 150 grand in the industry.
And let me tell you something. I wait them all day long to get 3 cars and 2 kids, and these poor kids struggle. And these people struggle.
So talk to me, brother. With all your experience, what do you think is the difference? Let's go through this. Like, what are the differences of like a 5-car, 10-car person to that makes 50, 60 grand to you?
Well, it's
be honest.
It's real simple, guys.
Okay.
You can sit down and look at a guy I got guys here that's got potentials to make as much as me or maybe even more. We got salesmen here that I've been working with for 25 years that are friends. They only work when they want to work, and they do what they want to do, and they're comfortable with what you do. Guys, I'm not comfortable any day. I come here every day, and you can ask Joe or anybody. I work from the time I get here until the time I leave. I'm here right now. I'm supposed to be here at 3. I got here at 10 o'clock this morning. I'll work till 9 o'clock tonight. And they ain't just because I want to do it. It's just because that's what my clients ask me to do. Hey, can you meet me there a little early? Hey, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
I joke around. I say I work as hard as an ugly stripper.
You work, and if you do your job and you do it right, guys, if you're let me tell you something. I know people ain't knocking doors down to be salesmen now, and I understand that. Years ago, you couldn't get enough. You had more salesmen over. Sales is a breed that you have to earn your way through it. That's just the way it is. Nobody's going to give you anything. You get a draw, but you don't want to do a draw. You get an opportunity to make as much money as you can every day.
Slow down, listen. Like you have so many nuggets you just drop because you just breathe this shit. Most people don't understand that. Let me just go back a couple of things. You're absolutely right. Work. People come in, and I see people. Listen to me. I don't know about this store, but I don't see it at this store.
Telling you, it happens.
Other stores, I go in, bro. You know what they're doing? They're like up until like 11 o'clock. They're talking about what they're going to eat at lunch. They get into a huddle.
I'm not eating.
Talking about that. Exactly.
I'm not eating. I don't care what's for lunch today. I'm here to sell cars.
Oh my God, I love it. That's my point. If you get in here, and then they get into the bitch sessions. They start bitching about the.
I can walk right past them, guys. Don't worry about it, because all that's going to do is aggravate you. Just do your job. Come in, work to work every day, and you'll be successful in the car business. I'm just telling you. I'm a proven fact. I barely got through high school. I'm not a brain surgeon. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I can tell you what, I come here every day to sell a car, and I'm going to sell one today. Maybe
Listen,
2.
I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree with one thing. You are obviously, if you made $10 million, you are beyond smart, just in different ways.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and so no, you've locked this down at higher than a PhD level for car sales. Let me give you the reality. You're probably in the 0.01% of the United States as far as income comes through. And we didn't talk about this yet. Are you a new car salesman or a used car salesman?
I'm used cars, strictly.
Okay, so wait a minute. You made at this dealership $6 million in personal income being a used car salesman.
That's exactly right.
So tell me, like you.
I'll show you my check today.
No, I believe you, brother.
I'll show you what I made this year. It's 300-something thousand. I'm just telling you.
I love it. So tell me, why do you love used cars so much?
Well, I came here in '93 as the new cars. I was new. I was a used car manager at Boulevard 4, and I come in this dealership. They put me in used cars after that. Here I came because my wife said, "You're working too many hours." I said, "Okay." I've had a pretty rough life in time, but the reason why I got in used cars is I had friends all in it, and that's where the money was to me. and that's where I stayed at. And I've been doing it my whole life. I mean, I'm 47 now, or 57 now, and it is my life. I mean, I come in here every day, and I get the same people that come in, and we look around, and I see new faces. But I'm telling you, this place is not only this place, any place you go, is if you sit down and apply yourself, you're gonna make the money. It's just a simple truth, guys. There's no way of getting around it. Nobody's gonna hand you anything. It's just like if you're going to dig a hole.
You know, I love that. You know what I say too, and I want your opinion on this, is that to be the best in the area, right? To be the best, all you got to do is suck less than everybody else.
That's right.
That's all you got to do to be best, because the benchmark is so low.
That's right.
And to your point though, if you apply yourself, if you turn around and master your craft, you develop relationships. I mean, these are almost kindergarten rules. Treat people nice, go out of your way, and work your ass off.
It's not a brain surgery, guys. It's just something you got to do.
So Carter Neese is a 30-car guy, and a friend of mine. He's does average 40. Like, I used to sell cars. When I sold cars, I used to average neck and neck with this guy Carter. And Carter, he just came in. I wanted to just fill you in. This is a guy named Greg. He, in his career, he's generated $10 million of personal income. He's at a Buick GMC Chevy Cadillac dealership outside in the suburbs of St. Louis. At this dealership, he's made $6 million since he's been here, and he averages about $350,000 a year as a used car salesperson. And so let me sum up what I learned. There's way deeper than that, but I'm going to say, treat people really nice. You go hard for your clients. You build relationships, and you work your ass off.
That's
and you
right.
you don't get involved in the stupid shit.
No.
And stop being scared of commissions.
Right.
Okay. Why else do you think people aren't really successful in this industry?
Well, I can tell you, there's a
please talk to me.
there's a couple of things. One thing. My professional opinion, there's all kinds of ways you can up people. My number one is the first deal as a car deal is when you walked up to a guy, and right then is where you need to be on your toes to make the deals work. These guys ain't on their toes, guys. They're not ready. You got to be ready. Don't stutter. Don't be willing. Relax. All you got to do is be yourself.
I love it.
You ain't got to be me. You ain't got to be Jim. Be yourself and take your time. You're going to sell these people cars. They're not coming here to look, guys. They're coming here to buy a car.
You know what? Again, let me just, as a trainer, kind of elaborate on that point. You hit it on the head. You only have one shot to make a first impression.
That's right.
You got one shot to make a first impression. So what you want to do, practice, drill, rehearse, master your craft. So whether you're on the lot, whether you're in the showroom,
on the phone, your voice, tone of your voice. People know when you're if you're jacking with them. They don't want to be jacked with. Nah. People don't even like talking on the phone, for Christ's sakes.
Right.
Get in there, make the first impression when they get here. Hey, if they don't like you, get somebody else to help them. Guys, don't blow them out. It ain't a big deal. There's not everybody comes in here and says, hey, I like Greg Jones. I'm sure there's not. And you know what? That's okay with me. I'm all right with it. Hey, take the next guy. I'll take the next deal.
Okay, good nugget. Tell us what else. What else do you feel that people do wrong or they could do better?
Well, they don't work, for one thing. People sit around and complain about, hey, I only had one up today. You know what? Get your up. If you're down, go get on the phone and grab somebody, man. Get a deal you worked a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Get them in here. Let's try to make the deal work. Go to your manager.
Let's speak about that. What would you say of your business? The majority is repeats and referrals?
Well, I'd say referral. I'd say it's a 50-50. I get about half people coming in, and I get a ton of referrals. I do take a little phone because if we're short, I'll work late for somebody if they got to leave, and I'll take floor traffic.
What would you say your percentage is? So out of 100%, what would you say?
I'd say 60s repeats, and I say and then 45 probably. Maybe 40s referrals.
Okay, and so 5% is fresh ups?
Yeah, fresh ups.
Okay, so that's a lesson right there. Because the averages, just to let you know, NADA says that the highest closing ratio is of a prior customer or of an orphan owner, because an orphan owner is a prior customer of the dealership, but yet people live on ups that are 18 to 22% on the floor. I mean, they don't play the odds.
No, that's something there's a lot of things you got to look at when you're playing odds like that. Let me tell you something. If you sold a guy a car 8 months ago and they've sent their kid in, they're going to buy another car from you. It's going to be a lay down, pal.
Yes.
That's where your money comes in. Don't worry about the floor traffic. Get what you got. Do what your boss tells you. Get the people in. Sell them a car. Get them to like you. They'll send somebody in. They'll like you. And then it starts snowballing, guys. Your money comes from that apart. Not from a lot of deals. You know, you can't sit here and take. Everybody knows that all floor traffic's going away. It's all internet now.
Right.
If you ain't on the first top 5 sheets on the internet, you ain't gonna get a deal in here. So you got to get your BDC. The girls got to be on market. On point to get these people in here.
Right.
You've got to treat them right, and believe me, they're going to send you people. I get people all the time saying, hey, and I don't even remember the people's name. Hey, Greg, this guy said you got him out of this car. I'm sending another guy down. So
I love it.
It's just, you know, to me, I'm a pretty simple guy. I come in here every day and I work, and there ain't a guy in this place can't tell you that I don't work as hard as I can every day. That's just the way I am, and I'm not going to stop that until I throw in the towel, and that's going to be a while.
Now, let's transition to, okay, there's people that are watching this. There's going to be new hires at your dealership that are going to be coming through, and they're going to be in Bradley Demand, and they're going to watch you, and they're going to be like, oh my God, he's a rock star to me. He's a car
Right.
god.
Yeah.
But how do they start? Because I'm going to play devil's advocate because I hear this all the time, is that's great because you've got all this built up. I heard you. I totally respect what you said. Work your ass off. Let's say I'm the new hire. So just pretend, and I say, Greg, look, man, you've inspired me. I watched your video, and I want to be like you. I want to be like Michael Jordan. You're my Michael Jordan. What do I do? Because until I could build up my own customer base, how do I turn around and start it? Tell me.
It's going to be real simple.
Talk to me.
Number one, you have to apply yourself for the job that you're taking. If you come in here and want to sit around and do nothing, you're going to be right out there with them other guys sitting on that bench out there making $50,000 a year, crying and bitching. Stay out of the groups, do your training, listen to your managers, and be nice to people. Because if you don't do all them things, I mean, we could all sit here and say, hey, you do this right, you do that right. There's guys that do things better than me all day long. I listen to them. I know.
Right.
I'm not the best at everything I do, guys. You have got to make a way to make them points that you're weak at strong. That's just the way it is. You got to get strong at your weak points. That's the way it is.
Okay, so let me go through it. So when I come in, I'm going to go through GM product knowledge. And
Right.
here, unfortunately, I know that you're used cars, but whether you're used cars and especially new cars, what I find is that for the OEM certification, people are going to turn around and they're going to try to blow through it. I've even seen people pay other people to take the test. How important is to know your inventory?
Let me tell you something. Product knowledge, and your product knowledge, you got to know these vehicles. Hey, you don't have to be a mechanic.
Right.
But you got to, here's the main thing with the car. If a guy comes in and says, hey, man, I like the stereo system, don't open the hood and show him the motor. Show them the vehicle with the radio on, guys.
Yes.
If they want to see the size of a golf club fit in the back of it, open the trunk.
Right.
Please don't go to the front headlights. They're not going to do it. They're going to say, what the hell's wrong with this dude, man?
Yes.
You have got to go to the points of the sale. You got to listen. You got to listen to what people say.
Stop right there. That's a huge nugget right there. Okay, so product knowledge is important. You said something before. I want to digress. It was awesome when you said, being on point, being prepared for the first engagement. Right. But then right after you do the meet and greet, it's basically bring them to your desk and you qualify. Explain how important it is to qualify.
Oh, qualification's number one on anything you do. Guys.
Do you know what, brother? I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you know this. NADA says that's the number one reason why people don't buy cars because they're landed on the wrong car. They weren't qualified.
And to take them out and show them 30 cars and not sit them down and figure out what they want, all you're doing
Can you just give me, let's pretend real quick, just a little nugget. Let's say I'm sitting down. What type of questions would you ask me?
Okay, first thing I would say is, sir, what are you looking for?
I'm going to tell you, Greg, I don't really know. Like, I need a car. I really need a car for work. I've got kids, so I need to have room.
So you need a 4-door car. Is gas mileage important to you?
Yeah, I don't want like a big gas guzzler, but like I'm not like a penny pincher.
Well, my perspective on that, I would go out here, I would say, hey, let's look at a Malibu, Chevy Malibu, 33 miles a gallon, 4-door car, they're 4 out of 5 consumer crash ratings. They're very dependable. Number 1 car in Consumer Reports in the last 5 years, guys. These are cars that
Stop
people
for a second.
buy.
I did something for them. You practice what you preach, which I already knew.
Yeah.
Do you see what we're doing? We're doing a freaking live stream. We got 3 cameras on you, and I'm like, let's qualify. And you just turn around because you're a professional. You don't pretend to be. You breathe this shit right here.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not here to play games, no.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying, brother, is that most people don't have that skill. Like they'll be like, I don't know what to say.
Absolutely
You
not.
know what I mean? And that's what a professional is. A professional is a professional when somebody's looking, when somebody's
That's
not
right.
looking, and what
Don't
have
matter if
you.
I'm playing or talking
Exactly.
to you. I do the same thing to my kids. Doesn't matter who it is. I'm telling them what they can buy and how to buy it.
I love it.
Not what they, here, if you don't get to that point of the deal, you're done. You might as well let them walk out the door, guys.
So now the transition, once you qualify, then the whole idea when you qualify the prospect is identify by asking questions the perfect vehicle.
That's right.
How important is the product presentation, features, and benefits for you?
Oh my God! If a guy says, "Listen, I got to have enough room in my trunk to throw 3 golf bags and a car seat on one side," then open a Malibu would be a perfect.
What do you
car.
say to people that don't do don't do product presentations? They skip them.
Well, you got to do a presentation.
Right. You have to build value.
You got to. And if you open the trunk of a car, you can go to a Malibu or anything with a 60-40 split bench back seat, lay that seat down, 2 golf clubs go in, you got a car seat for your kid. They're the perfect cars. Guys, it doesn't work every time, but if you get to that point, you're going to sell them a car, I promise you.
Okay, now what about the test drive? How important is that?
Well, the test drive, my people on me,
right?
I don't do, and I'm not.
No, it's okay. No, it's
I don't do a lot of test drives because most of the people that come in are now. If I got a new guy that, let's say a guy comes in and I don't know him, I'll go on a test drive with him.
And it's okay. Listen, I want you to give here because, like, again, nobody should try and take what I say or what you say.
Right.
Everything is biblical, but you take the pieces
and use every piece.
And I'll tell you, like, people that are selling like the 100 cars like that, like Frank and Ali and stuff like that, they don't do a lot of stuff because
we can't.
They can't, and not at that level.
I can't do it all because I'll have 2 or 3 people in here at once.
Exactly.
And so I got a lot of people that I'll
trust
send out.
you. Yes.
That trust me, that I know when they come in, I'll say, hey, they say I got my kids. I say, here's the keys. You know where the car's at.
Right.
And they'll go. You can get to that point in your life with car sales. Hey, if you ain't selling 2 cars or 3 cars a month, you need to get in the car and learn how to do it.
Now let me tell you something real quick. Your general manager, I'm going to put this on. His general manager basically said this. He said, because I asked him a question. I said, listen, if somebody was able to sell cars like Greg, you know what I mean? If they could take care of their people, CSI was good, would you care about the schedule? He said, hell no. Would you care about the test drives? Hell no. And that's the point here, is that some of those things are there for beginners and have you.
That's
and so you got to get through. Just like, again, it's anything else. If you have bumpers when you're bowling, or you have like safeties if you're practicing, but when you get to a certain master level, as long as you're taking care of people, if people love you, or CSI is off
you
the
selling
hook,
the cars,
they're not going to care. And that's the thing with this industry, like you said, not only can you turn around and make as much money as you can earn, but you can make your own schedule. You can do whatever, and that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm called that. I'm an eagle. When you're an eagle at this dealership, the top 2 guys on the list. I've been an eagle for 20 years here.
And you just do, but Eagles though, at that level, like you said, even though you have the ability to do what you want, you still come in early and you leave late and do that stuff.
That's right. I don't let. There's very few. People will come up to me salesmen and say, hey, "Can I use your Eagle tonight?" I say, "Sure, go ahead."
Okay.
I don't need it.
And what I found is that you have like a real car guy personality like me. You know what I mean? And so I've heard some funny shit that you've said to people and stuff like that because you got a good personality.
I can say anything that Joe would tell you. I can say anything to anybody and they'll laugh.
Because you've had that rapport with them. Joe told me that you've had somebody. You said, "Sit down,
stupid."
Yeah,
sit down, stupid. They sit down.
And obviously, we're not saying that that's what you do with a brand new or whatever. No. But you have such. When people that come here just to talk to you and just to say hello, it's relationships.
Yeah. I can tell them whatever I want. They don't care.
Now I want to transition to, because this is amazing stuff. You mentioned something to me. You don't have to go over details on here unless you want to. I'm very open with my background, but I personally feel that this is one of the most incredible industries because it doesn't matter if you were rich, if you were poor, if you were in trouble before.
Right.
Like
I've been in a bad part of my life, and I can tell you that I'm kind of like Sean here. I've done some research on him, and he's kind of in the same boat as me. We've been in the bad places. I can tell you this, guys. Everybody can change at any time in their life. All you got to do is make the call. You can say, I quit drinking 25 years ago.
God bless you.
I'm a recovering alcoholic drug addict, just to be honest with you. And me and these guys have stuck with me and helped me through this thing. And I'll be here until the end, of course. But I can tell you this. You can do anything you put your mind to, guys. And we're proven. You and I
both of us, absolutely.
We're proven people.
And that's the thing that also breaks my heart. There's people that for whatever reason, they let superficial stuff stop them.
No.
I mean, we've been through real shit, bro. We've been through real stuff.
Right.
You know, real life situation stuff, and we still were able to eat that and build an amazing. Now talk to them. You said to me that you have a lot of, and this is the part of it is that, okay, that's great, you make all this money, what have you. You have assets. You have. Talk about that for a couple minutes.
I have cleaners in town here that I bought. I took my cleaning there for 20 years. I went in there about a month ago, and the girls were crying. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "You shut it down." Well, I know the guy that owned it. I said, "No, he ain't." So I went over there and I bought it from him.
So.
And we opened it up, and it does great. Every month I own a subdivision in Hillsborough. I got 100 acres. I own 180 lots. It's worth about $6-7 million completed, maybe more, maybe 10, depends on how far I want to work. But guys, I got a 67 GTO, I got a 69 Chevelle SS, I have a 66 Chevy pickup.
Would you say that you're a millionaire car salesman or a multi-millionaire car salesman?
I'm a multi-millionaire car salesman. Yeah, I'm not. I got $1 million in my checking account. So I'm not worried about that.
So, but my point being is this: you are very humble. You're very chill. You're very relaxed. When people walk in here, like not the people that know you, just like a regular upcome in here, they see you in a blue shirt, you know, and car salesman at a Chevy dealership. I do not think for a second that anybody would just look at you as a salesperson when you're humble and your card says sales consultant, and then you are a multi-millionaire that owns assets, properties, and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So here's the last and final question. First of all, it was a true privilege and honor to be able to interview you, brother. True privilege, especially from I know your background, and it impresses me.
Same to you.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, real recognizes real. You know,
That's
I appreciate that.
I knew it when I seen you.
Thank you. You know, and so why you don't have to do this? I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say, but I want to hear it out loud. Why, as a multi-millionaire that you built from here, why are you a salesperson on the show floor? Why are you a used car salesman?
Well, number one, that's what I've always been. Listen, I'm a salesman. People look at me and, they'll say, hey, I make this. I said, I don't care how much money you guys make. I'm not a flasher. I'm just an old-fashioned car salesman that came from nothing and made my way through this life. And my wife stuck with me. I got 3 beautiful kids, and I'm just a car salesman. That's all. That's what I'm gonna stay. That's it.
You love this industry?
Oh, so I told my wife I was gonna retire. I'm 57 and 60. She said, "You ain't never gonna walk it," and I can't. It's my blood. It's this place is my home, and it'll be that till the end for me.
You know what? That is beautiful because I'm telling you, I can't leave this industry. I'm in a different level as far as like I train. I'm not on the floor, but I will never. And you know what I also
You're
respect?
A car salesman.
Yeah, and then you know what I like? You said your kids are in this, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, my kids are, my youngest son, my oldest son's a mechanic, but my youngest son is he's a get-ready guy. He takes care of all the internet pictures and all that, but Larry's been on me. He wants him to go in there, so when I go out of here, he's going in. And he's ready. I've been talking to him, so as soon as he's not got the personality for it yet, but I'll get him in it.
And I don't know if you know this, but my daughter, my oldest, she's going to be 20. She just got a job at a Chrysler dealership in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So she was going to college for a year and a half. She got tired of being a broke college kid. She said to me, she said, "Sean, I want to turn around and I want to see if I could do this." And I said, "I know you could do this."
Oh, yeah.
So she went through the process. So, and that's the other thing. When you are talking to 2 multimillionaires that are in this industry to the point that we believe in it so much that we put our children in it.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like if this wasn't a great career, would you put your kids in this?
No, absolutely.
You don't have to turn around and tell your kids to do this.
No, my kids don't have to stay here. They can leave anytime they want. They can do whatever they want.
And that's the point, you brother. We love this industry so much that we're here and we have our kids in here. But you know what breaks my heart also to the civilians, the public out there? They don't know what the potential is.
Well, they really don't. There's people who come here and think you're a shit bum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I tell people all the time. One time a guy told me, he goes, "I make $80,000 a year. You see that?" And I said, "Good. I couldn't keep my electric on for that." So if they want to throw money around, I just let them throw it. Guys, listen, everybody knows that you don't have to say what you got and what you do.
Right.
I mean, I'm not here to
I got a different rebuttal. You know what I say when people say that car people are scumbags? I say, listen, this is my rebuttal. I said, I'm Bradley, man. I say, listen, I'm sorry you feel that way. It sounds like you had a bad experience. Right. But let me tell you something. there's Catholic priests out there, there's police out there.
right.
So first of all, yeah, and technically, I've heard more recently about Catholic priests doing bad stuff than car people getting exposed. And so again, there's good and bad in everything. There are scumbag car salesmen, like the scumbag priests and scumbag cops.
Don't take one bad apple, guys. Don't take one bad apple and make it bad, guys. Go find a guy you like.
But
He'll
you know
take
what,
care of
though?
you.
And this is why this is important right here, because honestly, there's not enough of this. There's not enough of because nobody's going to interview a car salesman that's successful because they don't
No,
care. It's
they
not
don't care.
sensational. They would interview you if you crack somebody.
Oh, yeah.
But this is why I love what I do, because
Right.
I get to see
Right.
beautiful things. I get
Real,
to see a
real,
man.
real stories.
That changed his life, overcome addiction,
Yes.
and then
That's
been
right.
able to create a huge foundation and help
Right.
people.
That's right.
So, like I said, I want to just shake your hand and say it was a privilege and honor to be
it's
able
a
to interview you, brother, for real.
privilege for you. Believe
excuse
me,
me.
it was unbelievable. I really appreciate it.
Any closing statements you want to say to the industry?
I'd say, guys, you know what? Everybody that's watching this film, or if they're watching anything, just slow down. Take your time, guys. Salesmen make plenty of money. You'll do great. Don't give up on your dreams. Just don't.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like it, you love it, you want more of it, then don't wait for the next money show. Just go to bradleyondemand.com and take your career to the next level.